What is going on, everybody? How we doing today? Um, Sorry, I'm a little tired. I just woke up from a nap. Today is Thanksgiving Eve. It is a Wednesday night. We stream on Wednesdays now. All right, we've been streaming on Wednesdays for a little while, and because of that, here we are. Here we are. All right, but it is Thanksgiving Eve. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Okay, I hope you have yourself a nice Thanksgiving. Um, there's a lot to be thankful for, even when you don't really feel that way. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You just got to keep moving forward, moving through it, and you just well, you just try your best. That's really all you can do. But so it's like I said, there's always something to be thankful for. Even when you don't feel like things are working out for you in life, or if you are having a hard time, or if there's a lot of stressful things going on, or whatever it is. And because of that, look, I hate to be a guy who's like, well, look on the bright side. Oh, but just look on the bright side of things. Oh, like you know, I hate those people. I can't stand people who are like that. Like, oh, but maybe those kinds of people. But it's important to try and look for things to be thankful for. And life is something to be thankful for in the first place. Even if you're like, even if you're practically an island. You don't talk to your family. You don't have family. You don't like your job. The people around you, you just are not that into. I don't just mean attracted to. I mean, just you generally are not really interested in them. You're not trying to be around them in that way. Um, there's a lot to be thankful for. You just got to go looking for it, even if you feel shitty. I'll be honest with you. For a long time now, I have not been doing it great mentally. Nothing like crazy or anything like that. It's just I'm realizing more and more each day that I think about it that like I was beyond stressed for a long time, and I kind of crashed out over the summer in a certain sense. Not the way that a lot of people who know me through Fish Tank are probably thinking, but yeah, it's it was just not good. And every night I go to bed and I thank God for the life that I have, regardless of what's going on, um, what has happened and stuff like that. And then a few other things, but regardless of what comes and goes from my life, right? Regardless of what comes and goes from my life, I thank God for my wife. I thank God for certain other things that for all intents and purposes are um, temporary, I guess, impermanent, right? Um, Regardless of if I woke up tomorrow and my wife was like, "Oh, we're getting a divorce," I could at least still thank God for my life, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Could always be worse. Yes, it could. I can't I agree, Jax 904. I agree, it could always be worse. But if there's one thing I can't stand, it's people who are completely and totally like tone deaf in either direction, right? Either the kinds of people who are like, yeah, well, shit happens, dude. Like, um, those kinds of people, like the Andrew Tate, the Jocko Willink type guys, where it's like, well, get up and do it, right? Or if it's like, or if it's the opposite end of that spectrum, which is like the airhead, like, well, maybe you could go ahead and you could do this, very feminine. There's like a toxic masculine and a toxic feminine thing where like someone will be talking to you like a fucking asshole, like you're an asshole for being upset that your life sucks or something like that. Um, or they'll talk to you like a kindergarten teacher, like your kindergarten teacher does when you knock over your block tower by mistake and you're upset about it. Oh, well, why don't you just rebuild it then? You could just like it sucks. Just most people are just dog shit. Most people are just dog shit, and it's literally because they do not have the mental or spiritual fortitude to not be dog shit. And when I say most people, I mean like most people. You know, like if you if you filled the stadium up with 10,000 people, uh, 70 to 80,000 of those people, potentially even more, maybe even like 90, 95,000 of those people would be absolutely, positively just like reprehensible in some way, shape, or form. You know, they are just like they're just fucked up, man. People are just fucked up. They're self-serving. Um, they're self-serving. They are incapable of looking outside themselves for anything at all. You know, and they're just not fun people to be around. They're not good to be around. They don't have anything to offer. They're just nothing people, you know. And there's a lot of people out there, so it's impossible for you to say anything around them without them one trying to pull a Mizzy, basically. Um, trying to like make it all about themselves, or like trying to be like, oh well, you could what you could do is like that type of shit, or the again the opposite end of that spectrum, which is the like, just shut the fuck up and deal with it. Those types of people. It's very important to be able to like just say, yo, like this shit right now that I got going on is fucking annoying, dude. It's really, really important to be able to do that. And I'm not interested in being around people who take my ability to do that away. I'm obviously not bitching and moaning, right? But I'm someone who you can tell me about what's going on in your life, and as long as you don't take it to a point where you're just pointlessly bitching and moaning, it's like I'm cool with it. I'll commiserate with you. I'm perfectly fine with it. But you have a lot of people who they you can't do that with them, and it's because they're just like dog shit. And those are also the kinds of people that want you to listen to their commiserating. If that's even what you would call it. They listen to their complaining. They want to complain about their shit with you, and then when you're like, oh, yeah, nah, I totally get it. Yeah, that sucks. Blah blah blah. You talk about your shit for an hour. You talk about their shit for an hour. Excuse me. You start to try and bring up something you're going through, and they're like, dude, honestly, I don't even care. Shit's stupid as hell. Oh, excuse me. Hold on one sec. I just saw. I just remembered something. Sorry, one sec. I'm trying to. I decided to be a baby boomer. You know. I decided to be a baby boomer. Um. You know. There was this town facing the oldest part of the nation. Like I'm a half hour, maybe 45 minutes on a bad day from Plymouth, which is where the Pilgrims settled originally before it. If you don't count Roanoke, but Roanoke was failed, right? Plymouth, Massachusetts was the first Anglo settlement that actually mattered in that way, right? Um, and like the Wampanoag tribe was the tribe that was kind of around here, and those are the guys that helped the Pilgrims and shit like that. Um, and this stupid bitch was like, the Wampanoag tribe helped the settlers survive, and their support was followed by years of genocide and the taking of their land. Here are some ways to celebrate Thanksgiving respectfully. Acknowledge First Peoples. You see, using the term First Peoples is interesting to me because that's like a Canadian thing. They're not First Peoples. Yeah, I'll call them Native Americans. I'm fine with that. But you bitching at me makes me not even want to call them Native Americans. I just want to call them American Indians now because you're bitching at me about it. I want to call them the wrong thing, knowing it's the wrong thing out of spite, and I'm not the asshole for that. You're the asshole for that. Learn local history. Respect indigenous voices. I actually don't have an issue with learning local history. Actually, I know a lot about my area. Right? It's an interesting piece of study. But when they say learn local history, what they mean is you're bad, Whitey. Learn about how bad you are. Um, Respect indigenous voices. I'll respect the ones that are worth respecting, and there's very few of them worth respecting because, for one thing, there's very few people in general who are worth respecting. But then when all these quote unquote indigenous, heavy quotes on indigenous voices, when those voices are just constantly whining and bitching and moaning because their ancestors were fucking dumb, like, I'm sorry, fucking, I'm not gonna respect those people. They are of a stupid bloodline, and I don't mean all natives were stupid. I mean their natives, their grandparents, their great grandparents, their great great grandparents, fucking idiots. Didn't invent the wheel. Use mindful language. I'm choosing my words very carefully right now. Cultivate gratitude for diversity. No, no, I'm all set. As someone who married a non-white woman, I think I'm good on that. Support Native communities. No, because they want to tear my shit down. Why would I support them? Reimagine Thanksgiving traditions. What do I need to reimagine? Fucking what do I gotta call the turkey? Whatever they called it. You know, I gotta call the turkey the Wimatonka or whatever dumbass 5-syllable word they had for it was no thank you, I'm all set, you know. um and then it accompanied a picture talking about 12 million Native Americans who were killed. um anyway, and I was a bit of a boomer. I was a bit of a boomer about it. I ended up saying the natives burned down my ancestor's house while he was in it. That is true. So you'll have to excuse me if I don't really pay attention to your shrieking about this or any holiday out there. You can yell and scream. I'll be enjoying turkey and winning wars. You know, um, like that's a true story. My bloodline on one side of my family, right? There's a branch that extends all the way back to some of the first people that came over here. I don't think they were with the Pilgrims, but they came over like way, way early after that. Um, and they set up like a part of southern New Hampshire. They set up a few communities in southern New Hampshire. Um, and like the family name, right? I don't carry that family name currently, but the family name is actually kind of like famous in the area, right? It's one of those things where you know, they have a historical, like, oh, this is where the house was, right? That kind of thing. um he was setting up his house, right? Some natives came along and they ransacked his house and then tried to burn it down while he was hiding inside of it. He ended up getting out, he put out the fire. And then after that, he joined the French and Indian War and he fought in the siege of Louisburg. I would assume it's Louisburg. Funny enough, I actually also had family on the other side of that battle, the French side of that battle. So, you know, one false move, one stray bullet, and all of a sudden I'm not here anymore. Funny to think about. Um, but then he ended up fighting in the American Revolution, right? The point that I'm saying is, like, my bloodline was victimized by the Native Americans. You think I'm gonna sit here and be like, oh man, but I mean, I guess we should have just, like, I don't know, been nicer to them after they burned our houses down, after they tried to kill us. We should have just been nicer to them, you know? They would wait for the fighting aged men to be gone on like a hunt or just something. They would wait until they saw all the fighting aged men leave a village, leave a settlement, and then they would raid the village, killing women and children. If not, then they would kidnap them, right? But I'm supposed to be like, oh well, gee, you know, I think we were just big old meanies here. I think we were just a bunch of big meanies, is what we were, and I think we should, you know what? I'm going back to Ireland. I'm going back to Ireland because, you know, I think the land's theirs. It's like, no, we conquered it. We conquered it. We took it from them. What are they gonna do? You know, that's like literally like it becomes so much easier having an opinion on everything. Not that you need to have an opinion on everything. It's not good to have an opinion on everything. Honestly, you should really just let most shit go. But it makes it so much easier. Whoop! I just realized I need there we go. It makes it so much easier, right? When you just simplify everything down to might makes right. Like it's considered to be a very brutish way, right? It's considered to be a brutish way of thought. And it is, but what are you gonna do about it? You gonna fight me about it? I'm mightier than most people out there. Kind of hard to do anything about it, you know? Um, and the funny thing is, like, even if I lose, I win because here's kind of the catch 22 of might makes right because I'm not going to sit here and act like everything is perfect. You know, everything I think is actually perfect. There is nothing wrong with anything I have ever thought in my life. Um, the catch 22 with might makes right is if everybody's playing by might makes right, eventually someone's going to wait for your back to be turned and then they're going to take a swing at you. It's just like Bill the Butcher with I forget what his name is, the dude that he throws his cleaver at in Gangs of New York, right? um and even though like Bill the Butcher was a mighty man and he was actually trying to enact might makes right, um the idea that like somebody couldn't wait for you to be asleep and take you out. Of course they could, but then also they're using a form of might themselves. So it's kind of this thing where it's like, well, yeah, might kind of does make right at the end of the day. Um, but yeah, like that's how I feel about Israel Palestine is like whoever can take and hold the land, it's theirs. And you can sit there and talk about it more, right? And I'm not shilling for Israel. In fact, if we weren't funding Israel, they probably wouldn't be able to hold the land, right? Um, but what I'm saying is, I don't feel a need to dive headfirst into into that conflict because at the end of the day, like, what am I gonna do? Tell the people who are holding the land by force to not be so mean? Like, you think they're gonna listen to me? No, of course not. You know, the Palestinians, if they really want to do something about it, they should fight back, and they are. They are in their own, in their own special way, in their own special way. And I'm not gonna judge either side on that level. You know, the only way that I really judge the Israel Palestine conflict is from a Christian standpoint of both you were wrong, shut the fuck up and get out. You know, the Holy Land belongs to Christ's flock. Is who it belongs to. You guys are both wrong, worshiping fucking pagan deities that you're trying to masquerade as my God. Get out of my face, you know. Um, but like overall, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "There's a genocide going on in Palestine, and it needs to stop." And I'm also not gonna be like, the Israelis are trying to be nice. They're trying to be nice, and they want a ceasefire, but the terrorists won't let them. Like I'm not. I don't need to do that. You know. At the end of the day, whoever can stack more bodies is, they're gonna own the land. I don't need to be involved in that. I'm all set. You know. My family set up in Nebraska, one of the only slave-free states. That's pretty crazy. Good for you, Scratch Coast. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm praying for my ancestors' sins by being sick this whole week. Ah, man, that sucks, dude. I was sick last Thanksgiving. Not only was I sick last Thanksgiving, but I also missed Christmas because my wife donated her kidney a few days before Christmas that year. So that was like shit, like fuck. Ah, man, I missed every holiday, like literally every holiday. Um, and then I spent Christmas in the fish tank house later that night as well. So there's that. Um, Pull a Mizzy. What did Mizzy do? Milk Hunter 69. What did Mizzy do? I'm curious about that. Oh yeah, somebody responded to me in that though. They said, "Yeah, my relative was personally shot with a bow and arrow in his own doorway by an Indian. It's written on his gravestone. It hits deeper when it's closer to home. Nothing bad about remembering your ancestors on a holiday though. Years have passed since he was killed. I still admire Native Americans. Just don't care much for that one and only one that killed my what great however many grandfather. As the story goes, history is written by those that won the war, not those that lost." You see, and this guy is like this is like the quintessential example of conservatives, and this is why they lose. This guy is clearly trying to say that he understands what I'm saying and he agrees, but he's too much of a pussy to just be like, Yeah, and they killed my fucking ancestors too, but I'm supposed to look at their ancestors who got BTFO'd after they attacked us and be like, we're sorry. He can't just say that. It's got to be, yeah, but I mean, that was a long time ago, and, many years have passed, and, it's okay to just, admire my ancestors, and I don't care for that one. Just one. Now, I'm not making a blanket statement. I'm not racist. I'm not racist. I'm not racist. I'm not racist. Just that one. Just that one. That's all. That's all. Never mind that he did that specifically because he was part of a tribe that hated my people. Just that one. Just that one. Just that one. Right? They have to do that. They can't just be like, "Yo, fuck it, I don't care," And the culture is shifting, thank God, into a place where we're starting to not give as much of a shit about that. Um, where really is the audio fucked up? Is the audio fucked up? Hold up. Oh boy. Apparently, the audio is laggy, I guess, according to Scratch Coast. You see, like there's a difference between my audio being laggy and your guys' audio being laggy. Like if you guys, hold on one sec, live chat, yes. Yeah, like you guys, if it's cool if you're trying to help me out, it's cool if you're trying to make sure the audio is good, but like before you say something in the chat, you should probably try refreshing the audio or like checking your shit because like so many times do I get conflicting messages where someone's like, "Yo, I can't hear you." And then somebody else is like, "I can hear you fine." And I get 5 more messages from the guy who can't hear me, and then I'm like, "Hey man, sounds like everybody else is fine." And then that person's like, "Oh yeah, I had my audio muted." you know like there's so many issues that happen on people's ends, on everybody else's end, that's not on mine. And then I see it in chat and I'm like, "Oh fuck, oh man." And then I end up stopping when I was on a roll talking about something. Like right now I was on a roll talking about something that is like important to me. I guess you could say it's important to me. It's something that grinds my gears. It's something that grinds my gears. I can't stand the way um you like you can't just make a true statement. You have to make a true statement and then back off it. You have to take one step forward and then 2 steps back if you ever want to make any kind of statement today. And that's what that guy's doing. And I'm really, really glad that we're moving away from that kind of thing. We're getting to a point where people just don't care. And even the culture is starting to match where you have these corporations that are like, all right, no more DEI. And that I'm not saying like, yeah, the corporations are good again. No, like fuck corpos, dude. They're always going to be bad. But corpos go where the culture goes because they're trying to sell to the culture. So when the corporations are switching, it means the culture is becoming healthier, right? It doesn't mean, again, the corpos are good. It just means that they're realizing like, oh, most people don't want to hear this bullshit anymore. So we're going to take away that DEI bullshit that was only ever just gay race communism. Gay racial communism that's designed to alienate straight white men and just straight people and white people in general, but especially straight white men. Um, like people though, we're starting to move away from that, and you're probably gonna see a lot of people who are just like, yeah, fuck the natives, dude. I don't give a shit. Fuck them all, dude. You're probably gonna see a lot more people doing that in the future. Um, I'm not saying that's gonna start tomorrow, but you're probably gonna see it. I don't know, 3 to 5 years down the line, people just don't give a shit and they're just talking shit openly. That's probably what's going to end up happening to some degree. Because that's something I can't stand. Like talking about BLM, you have to be like real careful with that. And this is something I've spoken about in the past, where like conservatives are too afraid to just call a spade a spade. No pun intended there. Um, they're sitting there like, oh well, BLM is bad. Oh no, not because Black Lives don't matter. Not because Black Lives don't matter. Because they actually don't care about Black lives. That's what it is. I care about kids in Chicago that I don't even know the name of. O Block, I care about that. I'm from Louisiana, and I care about Chicago. Yep, that's me. That's me. Yep. BLM doesn't though. BLM doesn't. They're just trained Marxists who don't care about the kids in Detroit. But I care about the kids in Detroit. I live in Orlando, Florida. I care about kids in Detroit. It's like, yeah, shut the fuck up. You know, I don't like BLM. I don't like Black Lives Matter because fucking they hate me, and they want me dead. And if they don't want me dead, they want me funding their lavish lifestyles, basically just out of some weird, perverse sense of guilt that I'm apparently supposed to feel for some reason. There's nothing wrong with disliking something because it is designed to, at best, put you over a barrel. At best, it's meant to bend you over a barrel. There's nothing wrong with disliking something because it's specifically designed to do that. You know, you don't have to obfuscate. Just be like, yo, they want me dead. Like literally just call that out. Just be like, yeah, BLM wants me dead. So I don't like them. And when someone's like, oh, you don't think Black Lives Matter? It's like, nah, I never said that. It's just they don't think I matter. You know, they want me dead. So there's that. Oh, you're saying Black lives don't matter? Well, I think my life matters, and they don't think my life matters. So why should I want to give a fuck about them? Why should I want to? Why should I want to go along with their shit? Like, they can worry about their lives. I'll worry about my life, and I see that they don't care about my life enough as to where they think I should be alive. So I'm out of here. Peace. All right. Good luck. Good luck. You know. Good fucking luck with your gay race communism. Good luck. You know. But I ain't about to be a part of that. Go fuck yourself. There's literally nothing wrong with that, you know? You would not have been canceled back in like 2018, 2019, even like 2020. You wouldn't have been canceled for something like that. It's too hard to cancel somebody for something like that. Just being like, look, these people clearly want me dead. So I'm sorry, but I really don't know if I can support these guys. Sorry. I'm not going to support people who want me dead. And what is anyone going to say about that? What is anyone going to say to you about that? Fucking, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should be starting fights with people. You know, like I said, I was being a boomer on Facebook earlier, even saying something about that. I just thought it was a really funny post to be trying to hammer people over the head with, and I couldn't resist. You know, but like, in the case of somebody coming to you like, hey, you better support us, it's like, well, you want me dead. Why would I support you? Yeah, I'm gonna support you in your quest to kill me. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Fucking shithead, get out of here, you know? Oxygen says, arrived just in time for the based chemo. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All we ever have around here is chemo. And it's always based. Always. Pieface64, very appropriate name. Very appropriate name, sir. Blue Hairs called me a bigot so many times that I'm actually racist now. Yeah, it's lost all meaning. You know, it's lost all meaning. It's like everybody's a racist today, and it's funny because and I talked about this. I talked about this in the video that I released a few days ago. I released a video called Trump is not your guy. He never was. You know, and it was a video where I spoke about how Donald Trump was never going to fix everything, right? And if you believed that, then that was your own damn fault. Because at the end of the day, Donald Trump is a baby boomer. He was born in what, like 1940 something, right? And he was born in like the 40s, if not maybe the 50s, but I'm pretty sure it was the 40s. And he like there was no way in hell he was going to grow up and become the president and end up bringing about the based and red-pilled golden age that everybody thought was going to happen. For one thing, like the way people envision the way a lot of people envision things happening is just absolutely positively unrealistic. Like, yeah, he's gonna be in office and he's gonna send all the blacks back to Africa. And he's going to send the Asians to China, and it's going to be a white country again. Like, no, it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Like, abandon that thought process. All right. I understand illegal aliens and things like that. Ship them back. Yeah, totally. I get it. But it's just not going to work like that with anybody. Fucking anybody who tries to do anything like that, it's not going to work out the way they think it will. All right. It's just not. But then, On top of that, like getting in there and expecting him to start naming the the Brazilians and things like that. Again, also not going to happen because he grew up in a generation where you just did not do that kind of thing. Everybody is playing by the rules of what they learned for their generation, right? Every generation has certain rules. Every generation has certain secular cardinal sins that you do not commit, right? And some of the things that the millennial generation has are also things that Gen X has, and also things that baby boomers have. And Gen X, geez, baby boomers down through the millennial generation have rules that are just similar enough as to where nobody from that generation was going to be able to fix anything because everybody is just close enough to the same kind of fucked up as everybody else that the only thing we are going to be able to do is break shit. We're just only going to be able to break shit further because that's all we know how to do. I said you're working with neuroses. You're not working with actual thoughts in people's heads. You're just working with whatever mental illness was beaten into their brain by their parents, by the school system, by society at large, whatever it is, right? That's all you're working with the whole time when it comes to working with anybody, including Zoomers and including Gen Alpha. And I left them out because in that video I say the only people you're really, really going to see start to move towards change is going to be late Gen Z and then Gen Alpha. Those are the only people that have any sort of real potential for fixing anything, right? So what you need to do is you need to take a look at Trump and take the good with the bad and be like, all right, so he's not ultra based and red pilled like I thought he was going to be, but at the very least, the economy is going to be nice now. At least the economy is going to be better. You know, that's really what you need to do. That's how you need to approach that. Um, but thank you very much, the Jack 'em Up Kid, for the 5 memberships. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. And to the people who are now my members, right? Thanks to the Jack 'em Up Kid. First off, say thank you very much, Jack 'em Up Kid. Everybody better say thank you. All right. I'm gonna be very angry if not. I don't know what membership you have. I don't know what membership you have, to be honest with you. I forget which one's which. If the green is the $1 or the $5. But if you happen to have the $5 membership, there is some exclusive content on my channel that you should definitely take a look at. Okay, it's pretty good. If not, then you're gonna get early access anyway, and that's gonna include you're gonna be able to also get early access to the season 3 review that I do, because since I wasn't involved with season 3, I can't do a debrief. It's not like I can be like, so I was on there, and I can't do that. So what I'm gonna end up doing instead is a review of the season. I'm gonna talk about what I think went good, what I think went bad, ideas that they might be able to use for the future, and just anything else that comes to mind. So you'll be able to get that a little bit early. What's going on, Eli? How's it going, man? One sec. I gotta grab my my headphones. Oh, the mic was muted. Oh wait, no, yeah, I don't need the mic. I don't need the mic. Anyway, so apparently Luke and Kawan fought yesterday. Um, Sorry, one sec. I was looking around and shit like that. Um, oh boy. Anyway, all right. Well, so apparently Luke and Kawan, they had a boxing match yesterday. All right. Look, I'll be honest with you. The boxing matches this season fucking sucked. Right. That's one of the things I'm going to talk about. I reviewed them, but truth be told, like I started dreading when people would be like, yo, these people fought, because I was like, fuck, people expect me to review that, but I really don't want to, you know? They like, none of these people can fight, but I watched a little bit of it. I'm talking about like the first like 10 to 15 seconds tops of the fight that Luke and Kawan would have. And it didn't seem that bad right out the gate, so that was good. And we're gonna go ahead. We're going to review this right now. You know, a lot of people want my thoughts and opinions on things in the tank, and don't get me wrong, I'm more than willing to give those thoughts and opinions. But it was just like last night. What's his face? Kevin, I think his name is, the Mormon dude. He took somebody down, and somebody wanted me to review that, and the takedown wasn't anything spectacular. He just wrapped him up and then just went dead. He just ragdolled. He went dead weight, which was just enough to bring, I think it was actually Kawan that he took down to the ground. And then he threw in legs, right? He threw in legs, and he rode legs. Like, that wasn't anything that really needed me to, you know, I didn't really need to be talking about that. It wasn't some kind of huge thing, you know? But this seems a little bit more substantial, so we'll go ahead and we will go for it now here. All right, I just want to make sure I don't miss anything here, you know. Yeah, it's looking like yeah, it's looking like they're just chilling here for now. All right, so for those of you that don't know, this is Luke. This is Kawan. All right. The speaker is not that high. I don't want to have to be yelling over it. Yeah. So let's go ahead. I feel like they should be doing this down in the flat. Like, I don't think this is the worst spot to have it, I guess. Right. It is an enclosed area, but I just don't like the idea of this enclosed area in that way, you know, because it's real easy for someone to get pushed over this, and then you never know how somebody might get pushed. So that's kind of a nerve-wracking thing, seeing that. Even though cinematically, all right, I guess you know, it's nice to have this little enclosed space, but it would have been better to have it down on the flat. But you know, it is what it is.
Means you fucking stop. Don't you dare throw a punch after I say stop. All right, fight.
Oh, a jab from Luke. So Kawan doesn't have a bad idea in his head right now, right? He's throwing that right hook, what he's trying to make into a right hook, almost a counter. Ooh.
You can't spin. Don't spin, okay?
You can't spin. Anyway, so what Kawan is doing, right? We'll take a look back. Luke is throwing a jab, and Luke doesn't have a terrible jab. He could get a little bit more power on it if he used his shoulder and his front hip. If he was throwing that into it as well, but the trajectory on it isn't bad. It goes straight out. He pulls it straight back, so that's pretty good. But what Kawan is doing, which is actually not the worst thing in the world to do, is he's trying to counter that jab. And the way he's doing it is he's throwing what is supposed to be an overhand right, but it just ends up being like that over the top. And I believe he almost got Luke at least once with one of those, so it actually wasn't the worst thing in the world. We'll go ahead, right? We'll watch that again just because it happened a little quick. Yeah, it seems like Luke got hit with a jab, and then Luke hit him with a jab, and then he got hit with that overhand, and then there was that another right hook right there, you know? That was a hook to the body. Nice jab from Luke. That weird spin.
You can't spin. Don't spin, okay? You can't spin. Don't do that. Don't touch the change for you. It's MMA. No spinning stuff. All right, fight.
No spinning stuff. An attempted a jab cross from Kawan, right? So Luke a second ago was sticking his hand out to try and smother Kawan a little bit, and that kind of worked. Because Kawan is just kind of, he's opening up and he's throwing like that. Luke works his way in with a jab, then a hook to the head. I don't think the hook to the head really landed like that. I can't really see much. What happened? Who got elbowed in the nose? Who got elbowed in the nose?
Elbow to the nose, dude. Holy shit.
What? Who got elbowed in the nose? Was it? I don't think it was Luke that got elbowed to the nose because he didn't say anything. You know, I don't see how Kawan would be complaining because it sounded like Kawan saying it. I don't think Kawan would be the one complaining if he elbowed Luke in the nose. I think so. I don't know. Maybe Luke got elbowed in the nose, but also he looks pretty fine.
Keep fighting. Come on, it's a fight. Stop.
Yeah, so
Watch the back of the head.
Luke just kind of teeing off. Apparently he hit him in the back of the head.
Fight. Go.
See, Luke probably took a couple of boxing classes, you know? But he obviously needs a little more work.
Luke, please beat this guy's ass. He said he would sucker punch you because you touched his chest before. Let's go, Luke!
Here's that spinning shit again.
Splatterbrains. Luke Splatterbrains. I have money on this.
Luke is mad, tired.
10 seconds left. Come on.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's 10 seconds. Keep going. Fuck it. Nope. Never mind. Stop.
See, you can be in shape. It doesn't mean you can fight, you know? Or I guess what I should say is in shape isn't in shape, you know? You can look good. It doesn't mean you're gonna have a gas tank, you know? Yeah, I mean, that was all right. That was probably the best fight this season, if I'm being honest with you. They both kind of gave a little. Kawan definitely took more than he gave, but you know, the opening seconds of that round right there were pretty good. I would assume there's more rounds, you know, but this wasn't a bad fight. It was a good fight, but compared to some of the fights that happened last season, this would have been like mid-tier compared to last season, you know, and that's kind of what I was talking about is these people, they didn't have any boxing training, and because of that, all the fights were like awful. The only fights that were good were like Luke, because he has a little bit of boxing training, and then you know, Tony clocked Bert good like once, maybe twice, but other than that, it was just like kind of weird to see, you know. Let's go ahead. We'll move forward because I'm pretty sure it's crazy to think this happened like last night and most of these people are just gone right now. Most of these people are gone, you know. Anyway, so I would assume there's going to be a round 2. Yep. Anyway, yeah, so Luke took an elbow to the nose, is bleeding a little bit. It's probably not broken. It's probably just bleeding a little bit, you know.
You got this! Lay his ass out! Do it for your fans! We're all rooting for you!
What's this? Ooh, nice cross right up the middle. That wobbled Kawan a little bit.
You didn't want any of that. That was a strong shot.
Spinning, dude.
I'm just spinning. Kawan, you gotta stop turning your back.
I don't even want to do this that much.
Just stop turning your
I don't even want to do this that much. I don't even want to do this that much. That was funny, dude. See, Luke is leading with the cross right now. He was leading with the cross, and I wonder if he knew what he was doing, or if he just kind of noticed it was open, you know?
That's not boxing.
I'm gonna break you guys up when I see the back turn, so just you guys can work through it. All right, fight. Let's go.
So Kawan trying to keep him out with the you know, Kawan using the stiff arm to try and keep him out, but it's not working very well, you know.
So you're quitting?
Yeah. I said I got hit.
When there's Luke.
You guys didn't want to fucking give me a couple seconds.
Give it up for Luke.
All right, well, is that? Yeah, I mean that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad, you know. Luke is obviously a little bit experienced, so good for him. You know, good for him. You know, and yeah, that was nice. That was nice. Yo, what's going on? Oh, Rusty Shackelford, thank you very much for gifting the sub. Thank you very much for the 1 gifted sub. Thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, that was good. That was good. Like I said though, like the fights last season were a lot better, and it's because they had like boxing training like straight up boxing training, you know. Even the karate that I was doing, it's not like I was just constantly having them do kata. I did a little bit of kata, but then I had to default to I had to, and it wasn't even kata. It was just like basics, like fucking like middle outside block, fucking middle inside block, that type of shit, right? Other than that, I was like, all right, we're gonna have them do jab, cross, hook. We're gonna have them do kicks and things like that, right? Um, that like that definitely helped them to actually know how to fight each other when it came time to fight. Boxing is part of Fish Tank. That's just kind of what it is, you know. And they should do more training if they're gonna have the fights, because the fights are just gonna kind of fucking suck. And if they're not gonna have the training, they might as well just not do the fights, because like as much as the mystique of like looking at two people and saying, I wonder what would happen if Peyton and fucking the Asian chick, whatever her name was, Lily. I wonder what would happen if Peyton and Lily fought. The reality of that is usually not as great as you would think in your head, you know, because the fact of the matter is these two are going to be like highly uncoordinated, and the adrenaline of being in a fight is going to get to them, and they're going to look a lot more like Bert than you might think in your mind, you know. That's just the way it is. So it's like, I don't want to say like don't have boxing, because like I said, boxing's a part of the Fish Tank brand, but if you're going to have boxing, you should at least have them train a little bit. And that's not me trying to like weasel my way into the production or anything like that, right? It's just like, I mean, I know they're not just having fights for the sake of it, even if the fights are meant to be filler. Boring filler, bad filler is bad, and it's bad for the show. And you don't like, it's not fun to watch. It's not fun to watch. This was fun to watch though. This was a good fight, you know. So good on those two. Even though Kawan bitched out, you know, he got tired and he felt himself starting to lose. And he quit. You know, it's whatever. Anyway, I'm trying to think if there was anything else that happened in the tank over the last couple of days. It's been hold on one sec.
All station.
All right, there we go. I found every now and again I go on a Cold War kick. So I'm like, oh boy, NATO versus the Soviet Union. Oh boy. Oh, you can't even see it. You can't even see it. NATO versus the Soviet Union. Oh boy. You know, every now and again I'm like, oh dude, that's crazy. Anyway. Yeah, so this was just a chill stream. This is just a chill stream. I don't have anything big planned. Yeah, I'm just hanging out. So if there's anything you guys want to talk about, feel free. All right, feel free. Sorry, I was just checking something real quick. Anyway, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, feel free. I'm also thinking I might just say fuck it. I might just say fuck it and open up for calls. And what I mean by that is I might just if you guys want to call in, if anybody watching wants to call in, feel free to say, feel free to jump in. I'll go ahead. I'll post the Discord regardless, right? I'll post my Discord server regardless. I'm going to post it in the chat right here. Okay. Oh yeah, I have to, there we go. All right. I just posted my Discord invite in chat. All right. If you want to jump in the Discord server and, you want to hang out, do your thing. All right. I might open up for calls in a little bit. Look, it's the day before Thanksgiving. I didn't want to put a ton of effort and energy into doing anything today just because it's like, whatever. But we have to stream because that is what we do on Wednesday nights. All right. I will go ahead. I will go ahead and I will pull up some fish tank as well, just to see what's going on there right this second. Something going on in the dining room looks like. I don't know. I don't know if that's Jed or Job. I think it might be Job. I think that might be Job. I could be wrong about. Yeah, no, that one was Job. I recognize Job's voice. I'm just curious what they're all doing. Who else is here right now? Hold on. So, how many people do we have left? All right. We have Luke, Bert, Job, Binks, Peyton, Chris, Kevin. And the only ones that are actually eligible for the whatever it's called, the prize are Bert, Binks, and Peyton. All right. Job was a freeloader. Luke is apparently here as a fish, and Chris is here as a fish. But the thing is, I don't think they're going to give the 50K to Airsoft Fatty. I think I think that's a conflict of interest. And then Luke was a plant this whole time, anyway. Kawan got kicked, but he's still up here. But yeah, like that was a weird move. I got to be honest with you. And I'm sure that they expected it to go a certain way. Bringing in all these new people and stuff like that. But they had a similar problem as to the first cast where like Gianna, Breezy left. No. Actually, not all of them left. Quite a few of them did get kicked, but I know that like 2 or 3 of them definitely left like immediately. But then in addition to that, like they had all these people left over that they just decided they didn't like, and because of that, it seems like they just kicked them. And I mean, hey, like, if they want, like, it's their show. They can do whatever the hell they want with it. I ain't telling them not to, but it was definitely a bit of a weird move. It was definitely a bit of a weird move, and it's just I don't know. Like a show like this, you can try stuff. And it's good to try stuff, and you should experiment and see what you can get away with. But that was a pretty big risk for a pretty small turnout, I feel like, and I don't know. Maybe part of the reason they got rid of them today all at once too is that they were like, hey, we'll get you on a plane and we'll just, you'll fly home for Thanksgiving, maybe that's part of the reason they did it all at once. But like, again, it just like, I'm waiting, right? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the I'm waiting for the season to end before I start doing my review of the season, right? And I have plenty of pros as well. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, those are the cons. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 pros right now, and I'm thinking of more. I'm just writing them down as they come to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cons. So about the same amount of pros, about the same amount of cons. So yeah, I'm not just shitting on the show, obviously, right? I love the show. I think it's been a great season, despite the way that some people have been talking over the last however many days and some people even weeks and stuff like that. But one of the things that I will say is that like there were some things that happened this season where it's just like there seemed to be no place that they were building to with it, or if they were building to something with it, if they were trying to, then when it didn't work, they were just kind of left. They were up shit's creek without a paddle, and they didn't really have a direction to go in with it. And because of that, like, you have a situation where there's now been 33 fish and freeloaders in this house. Not even counting Alex Stein. Alex Stein isn't listed on here, 33 fish and freeloaders, and Um, it's like it's just weird. It's just weird, you know. It was weird. There's a lot of people that I forget about, like Alex B. Like it's been like what, a little under a week since he left. 11/17. It is, yeah. It's been 10 days since he left. I barely fucking remember this guy. I barely remember this guy. Ian, forget about it. Fucking Peyton, I forget she's here half the time. You know. But like, there's plenty of people that it's like, oh yeah, that chick was here at one point. That Alexis chick, huh? Oh, all right, okay, I guess. Well, huh. Oh, Smack. Wow, huh. I forgot what, huh. Wow, she just kind of disappeared, you know? Anyway. I gotta run to the bathroom real quick, gentlemen. Don't you worry. I'm gonna go ahead, all right? I'm gonna put on my BRB thing, all right? That way you guys know. But I can feel the baby kicking, all right? I can feel the baby kicking. But I will be right back, and I will continue talking about it. Hell, maybe I'll even use my time on the porcelain throne as a means to think, so that I can actually get a word out in a cohesive manner. All right, but I'll be right back. We back. We back. Oh, man. Anyway, it seems like they're going with the endorsements. The B team did not have many. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, the thing is, I don't think they're going with endorsements. So much as they're probably just like, yeah, we're not gonna kick somebody who's been here for a shorter period of time. I truthfully think they just were like, oh, this didn't happen the way we wanted it to. All right, cut it all out. Cut him. Oh, excuse me. But yeah. Hey Scott, big fan. My family and I watch all your video streams. Question for you. When was the last time you thought of having gay sex? Much love from Serbia. The last time I thought about you now, this gaming, which was a very short time ago, sir. Very short time ago. Any advice on beating degen behavior like overconsumption of alcohol or smoking cigs and the za? Yeah, I mean, just don't. Right. Obviously that is the advice, but that's not the advice. Find things to replace it with. Like me personally, my only hobby besides MMA, which if you asked me if it was a hobby back then, I would have been like, no, this is life. The only hobby I had outside of MMA was smoking weed. And, smoking weed isn't a hobby, but that's the only way that I could explain it other than it being an addiction, right? Because it was an addiction. But when I stopped smoking weed, that's when I started getting into YouTube shit. I've been doing YouTube for a long time. Just, this channel is more recent than some of the other projects I've had on YouTube. And, this is my most successful venture on the YouTube. Everything else. The other most successful channel I had like 2,500 subs, so actually a little under half of what I have here on this channel. So it's you have to keep yourself preoccupied though. You have to keep yourself preoccupied, okay? And you need to keep the preoccupation. You need to keep the crutch something that is healthier for you. When it comes to cigarettes, right, one thing I will say is it's an addiction, just like anything else, but it's one of the easier addictions to kick so long as you have the right mindset. My advice to you, and this is what I did when I quit vaping, is to lock yourself in your room for 3 days. Just get a bunch of junk food, play a bunch of video games, don't fucking do anything, right? If you're going to do anything, make it something that is healthy, that is going to distract you from smoking cigarettes, okay? And you're going to find out that it's not that bad. That 3 days is not going to go that bad. One thing you can do is you can say take a Friday off, right? That way you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all of them off. Either that, or if you want, you could do like a Friday and a Monday. That way you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday is an extra day just so you don't go into work on Monday and get mad stressed and be like, I'm just going to smoke a cigarette, Me, I was lucky enough as to where I had a couple of weeks off, not just a couple of days off. So literally the day my 2-week vacation started, I was like, okay, Friday, I'm not smoking again. I'm not, vaping again. And then by that Tuesday, I was all good. I had a slight headache for a couple of days. And when I say slight headache, I mean, when you have a headache, but you're almost not sure if you have a headache. Like that's how faint the headache is, that like you'll almost forget you even have it depending on what you're doing. That's kind of what it was. Quitting cigarettes is one of the easier ones, because if you just lock yourself in your room for 3 days, you're good. Everything else that comes after that is just mental. You see someone smoking a cigarette in a movie and you're like, oh man, I miss smoking cigarettes, but you don't feel cravings like, oh dude, I'm fucking jittery. You don't feel that. You don't have headaches, nothing like that. For alcohol, I couldn't tell you, I couldn't really tell you how to get off that. I really couldn't tell you how to get off that. Yeah, I smoked cigarettes for like 5 years. I was fighting and smoking cigarettes like some kind of fucking idiot, There was a couple of fights that I quit for, but I ended up getting them you know, there was a couple of fights that I quit for, but you know, I ended up getting back into them after. You know, I viewed it as like, I like smoking cigarettes. Oh man, dude, I don't want to stop smoking cigarettes, but I gotta, dude, I gotta stop them, because if I don't, then I'm gonna be screwed in this fight. And then I would end up getting back on them after, because I'd be like, all right, yeah, I went the month and a half to 2 months without any cigarettes. Time to reward myself, you know? Excuse me. Oh, man. What if you're in your 30s and no addictions like smoking or drinking? Does that mean it's only a matter of time? Of course not, Thrill Me. Of course not. Just keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing, you know? Vulcan Wharf asked, how do you see the season 3 endgame? I think they have a bunch of dudes of duds on their hands. I do think they have a bunch of duds on their hands. I'm going to be honest with you. Another critique, another con for this season that I had was that these people are these people who they casted are irredeemable. I'm not saying they're bad people. What I'm saying is they're irredeemable. They just are who they are, and it's really, really hard to like them if you don't like them. You know, the people who like Bert, they really like Bert. The people who don't like Bert, there's really no way to get them to like Bert. Like me, I don't like Bert. There's really nothing you could do or say to make me like Bert. You know, I don't hate the guy. I don't hate his guts. I don't wish bad on him or anything like that. But I simply don't like him, and because of that, there's nothing he could do or say that is going to make me be like, you know what? I think I'm warming up to this Bert guy. I think I'm coming around. It's just not going to work out that way. It's just not. You know. So it's basically whatever mental illness exists inside somebody's head to make them like one of the original cast members. That's just that, and there is no like, oh yeah, I also like this person. It's like, no, I like this person and everybody else fucking sucks. And you know, because of that, it's just, the season was good. The season was very, very good, but it's not compelling in the way that other seasons were, I feel like. And because of that, it's going to make it really, really tough to finish this off, because for one thing, like, again, it's who? It's fucking Bert, Binks, and Peyton, who are in the running for the money. I don't want any of them to win. It's not that I even want them to lose. It's just like, looking at any of them, it's like, I don't give a fuck if they get $50,000, dude. I'm not rooting for them. Who gives a fuck about any of these people, dude? That's kind of the way that I feel. So that's going to make it a little bit difficult. But then on top of that, this season, even though, like I said, it's been a very, very, very good season, and I'll share one of the pros after this, because I've been sharing some of the cons. I'll share some of the pros after this. Because there hasn't been really anything being built towards this entire season. It's like, you know, like season 1 had Josie the good guy versus Letty the bad guy, right? The good girl versus the bad girl. It was practically like fate that they would meet in the final challenges. It was practically fate that they would meet in the final challenges, right? So they built towards something. There was something to build towards. Season 2, boxing was a huge part of it. So the end of it, even though I was in the basement and we were all just throwing out ideas at each other, trying to find a way to make it as fair as possible, there was really no other way for us to go other than just a fucking boxing match. Just have them bang it out, you know? Just have TJ and Shinji bang. They just banged in front of everybody. There was just really no way to have it other than that, you know? Season 3, it's like, what have we been building towards this whole time? You know, the first 2 weeks, you know what we were building towards? We were building towards Fish Tank, and then Fish Tank hit, and it was like, all right, now what? You know, all right, now what? And it's funny because, like, there was a reset, right? We did Reset. So a lot of people who thought they were going to be back for season 3, they didn't end up coming back for season 3. And I don't just mean me. Like, I talked to plenty of people who they were like, yeah, I was told I was going to be back for season 3, but then they did the Reset thing and I just didn't get hit up. Like, it's funny because like the best moments came from people who are season 1 veterans. I'm talking Frank Hassel, Chris, Airsoft Fatty, you know. Alex Stein. Alex Stein did some pretty good shit this season. He had a real, if anything, he had a really good season. Probably his best season, you know, fucking around with the normies and shit like that. The best content came from people who were veterans, who were there, not just veterans, but there since season 1, you know? So it's like, fuck, where do you go with this? Where do you go? It's really like, hey, trust me, if there's anyone that can make it good, it's going to be Sam Hyde, and it's going to be Jet Neptune, and it's going to be Ben Taylor, right? It's going to be those guys, but it's like, how, again, where do you go, man? Where do you go? How are you going to even get there? There's just nothing that we got right now, you know? The best you could do is probably like a Swamp Olympics style thing and hopefully try to find something, you know, hopefully try and pull something out of your ass there. And like I said, I think they are more than capable of doing something like that, but it's just not as satisfying. All right. Now, I talked about a couple of the cons of this season right now. Again, for the record, again, I think it's a very, very good season. I think we are in the middle of an extremely good season here. All right. But a couple of the pros, right? The Famous House Gaslight was fucking excellent. That was amazing. And I would love to see them do that again. I don't think they should do it every season. I think it should be maybe every other season or maybe every once in a while, right? The Famous House Gaslight should not be, it shouldn't be part of the meta in every, it shouldn't be part of the meta in an every season kind of way, right? It should be every 2 seasons. Every 3 seasons, we get Jet making an announcement on Twitter saying, this is a Famous House season. It's gonna be a Famous House season, is what we're gonna do. And they do that because Famous House will get really old really quick. If they brought it back the next season, people would be sick of it. I know they would be sick of it because the way the people operate, the second they don't like something, the second they're like, you know, this just isn't hitting the way that it used to. They don't want to give it the time of day. You know, they do not want to give it the time of day. That's what happened with the karate, you know. The first day of karate, everybody loved it. I was getting pats on the back. Second day, pats on the back, but not as many. Third day, fourth day, fifth day. By the time like the 4th day came around, I'm noticing mad people are talking shit depending on where you go in the little sphere with, like, you know, the 4chan and the Reddit and the this and the that and the other thing, you know? And it's like, what? I came in for an hour or 2 and I fucking helped the fish to, like, feel a little bit normal. And that's a bad thing, you know? Like, the audience, and I'm not saying it's everybody. But there is a very vocal contingent of the audience that is just like, oh, I don't like this. Instead of liking it 100%, I only like it 99%. I want everybody involved dead. I hope they die. You know? So they got to be very, very careful with the Famous House thing, but they definitely need that, right? They absolutely positively, definitely 1,000,000% need to do that again. Like, easy, hands down. You know, it was so great. Anyway, I'll give you another one as well. Ben and Sam had excellent characters with more subtle, funny bits and moments with Vance, Luca, and Jet. And that was something that I absolutely loved was again, and this is part of the gaslight, you know, the way Ben and Sam were interacting with everybody, right? As well as interacting with each other, right? So like you had you had Vance on ice. He was on thin ice because he kept doing tiny fuck ups and stuff like that. That was good. That was good, right? Like little things like that. Those were so good this season. Those were so fucking good. I absolutely positively love the hell out of those. And there's more things that I just have to think about a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, overall it was a good season. Is it the best season? The way it's stacking up right now, I'm going to say no, it's not the best season. And I'm not saying it's the worst season. I'm saying that just like season 1 compared to season 2, I don't think either of them are necessarily better than the other. Maybe in certain ways, okay. But overall, as a whole product, I think they were all about here. And season 3 had the... And again, there's about a week and a half left. There's about a week and a half left. I'm already counting eggs before they've hatched, right? Not that there's any eggs to count, or counting chickens. Not that there's any chickens to count. I want these guys to do well. You know, I want to see Fish Tank season 400, but like I'm not trying to be hasty in my judgment of the season is the word that I was looking for. Season 1 and season 2 were both here. Season 3 had the potential to shoot past that, but I think where it is right now, season 3 is probably in line with seasons 1 and 2, and I might be being nice about that. But we will see. Agree, or for the spinoffs, the 2 weeks spinoffs, not the full 6 weeks. It'd be weird to try and do it for the 2 week spinoffs, but I do want to see more types of spinoffs, you know? Like I really would like to see them try. Is Kawan still here? I just saw somebody say Kawan owned. Is Kawan around still? Where's he at?
If you ever want to come, I got a place for you to stay. We can all hang out there.
Job hitting on Binks.
The other star was like when you were talking to her in the yard.
Oh, okay. They're just hanging out. I think they were probably just talking a little bit of shit. But I want to see them branch out in terms of what they do more than just blood games. I want to see blood games again or something similar to that. A 1,000,000,000% want to see that. Like absolutely positively for sure. I want to see that. And I want to be a part of that too. But I would like to see them give, because I'll be honest with you, right? I spoke to Sam. I gave him a ride home the night of the season 2 finale. The night of the season 2 finale, I gave Sam a ride home, and we were talking about season 3, and he threw out an idea that it would be Muay Thai season, like. And I don't know if he meant like, yeah, I want to do some Muay Thai next season, or if he meant like, yeah, we're going to be training people in Muay Thai and they're going to be fighting each other. I don't know which one of those he meant, but I think that is something we could do, is 24/7 fight tank, right? I don't think that would be a bad thing, and I'm not saying that needs to be like in the place of Fish Tank. That's something like you could you know, if they know there's going to be a lot of time between this season and that season, they could put a 6 or even a 4-week season. You could do a 4-week season, right? Because I mean, what, 8-man tournament? 2, 4, 6, 8. And no, wait. I'm not good with math, man. I'm not good with math. You could line it up so that it's not a full season. You could line it up so that it's not a full season, you know? You even 3 weeks, right? You could have 8 people, all of them fight, so that's 4 fights. Now there's only 4 people left over. So then next week you have 2 fights. And then the week after that you have 1 fight, right? You can make it like oh, what's going on?
Losing the people so quickly was so funny for us. There was a little bit.
Jet and Ben, no matter how this last week goes, this was an amazing season. Fish tank forever. Fat it up, fat it up. Ah!
It ain't over, buddy.
It ain't over.
That's what I'm talking about. It ain't over. Not even close.
People started talking a ton about me in the chat. I don't know why. That's why I was like, huh, what? Oh, Luke said he was going to vote me out. That's funny. Yeah, Luke said he was going to vote me out. Anyway, they're talking about me. Oh boy. But yeah, like you could set up a mini season where it's like, yo, we're gonna take 8 people who don't know how to fucking fight. All right. At the end of we're gonna give them all a week of training. We're gonna have all 8 of those people fight at the end of the week. Okay. And then there's gonna be 4 left over. Then we give them another week of training. At the end of that second week, all right, we have them fight. Okay. And then there's 2 left. And then at the end of that third week, we have the finale. That would be a pretty like you could fit that in. You could make that work. You know, the way I see it. I think it might be an okay experiment, right? It might be an okay experiment for a season. And I don't want to bother Sam and Jet too much, right? But I might have to hit up Sam and just throw that his way as an idea, right? And then there's other things that could happen. Man, there was a dude. His name was Ringleader. There was a dude I was talking to on a podcast that he does. He's gonna release that on the Sooner side. I'll definitely share it and let you guys know because he's a good dude. I'm supposed to have him on when I do another call-in stream. There were a couple of ideas that we shared with each other. A couple of ideas, you know. I don't know though. You know, I want to see them expand. I want to see them get more bold. You know, I think Blood Games is something that, even though it didn't financially work out, I think logistically it worked out just good enough as to where it might make certain other things a little bit easy. You know, they're getting better and better with the whole technology thing, where you know, cameras and audio is getting better, and I would assume they're going to continue to get better with the site and how that thing actually works. I would assume everything's going to be all good on that front, but you know, we'll yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, you know. Oh boy, I just leveled up, level 18. Oh boy. There's a child drag icon named Lactatia in the pay-per-view chat who led me here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Also, you should fight Alex karate style. Oh man. Fucking A. Yeah, I'll fight him like it's the Karate Kid. If you start getting hate, that's my bad. I just spammed your stream to a chat room. Which chat room, you old world? I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You know, I appreciate you shilling my stuff. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much, Zacather. Thank you very much, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Scott, you gotta address this. What, being Lactatia? Being Lactatia? Space games or pirate plunder games? Ooh, that, you see, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. You see, I had an idea last night, Richie, where they could do both at the same time, right? But it's not going to be space pirates. It's literally going to be either pirate or spaceman. And Jet and Ben are going to pick their respective ideas, and they're just going to bicker the entire time. Like, Jet's going to walk out in his spaceman suit, because I'm pretty sure he's the one who did the spaceman one, the space games. He walks out in his space suit, and he sees people in pirate suits, and he's like, what the fuck are you guys dressed as? You look stupid as shit. Why are you not wearing space suits? And then Ben's doing the same thing. and they're giving each other, they're giving like contradictory stuff, you know. Like Ben comes out, he's talking like a pirate. He's like, "Er, mateys, what we have to do is try to find the buried treasure." And Jet's like, yeah, there's no treasure on the moon, dude. Nobody lives here. Anyway, here's what we're really gonna be doing. Like, I think that would be pretty good. And I think they're creative enough as to where they could keep that idea fresh for the whole 2 weeks. You know, that would be fun. That would be fun. You know, will Jet's spacesuit look like Austin Powers? I hope so. I fucking hope so. How do we get Scott shaking his ass and flashing the cams? Dude, $1 will make me holler, sir. Oh, man. Spacemen versus Pirates 2095. Yes, exactly. Oh, excuse me. What were your thoughts on Kawan's amazing street fighting skills? I talked about that a little bit earlier in the stream. I mean, it's funny. He had a small semblance of what to do versus a jab, but he's obviously not like great. He's obviously not that great, you know. He said he wanted to vote Scott. Oh, man. Yeah, Luke does know who I am. He followed me on Instagram. You know, I followed him back, and he checks my stuff like every day. You know, not every day, but like when I say that, I mean every time I post something, I see that he checked my story. You know. Speaking of which, I feel like checking my story now. Let's see. Let's see who's creeping. Let's see who be creeping. Do you guys know Japan has a football league? And their Super Bowl is called the Rice Bowl. They literally call it the Rice Bowl. This is right. This is the Japanese football league. You know, it's kind of tough to see because of the type of picture they did, but yeah, that was just a little funny. That was a little funny. That was a funny little thing there. Oh, man. It's so dry in my room right now. It's bothering me. You know, it's bothering the fuck out of me. Bert was in the movie from 1992. I believe it. I believe it, dude. That movie was probably based off of his life. That movie was probably based on his life. We need Bert vlogs after the season ends. Yeah. I think that'd be a good. I think that'd be a good thing. I think that'd be a good way to go about it. Excuse me. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play a game of AoE, and then by the time that's done, it should be 2 hours. Like I said, I didn't have anything huge planned for this stream. We're just chilling. We're just chilling out, doing our thing. And, you know, I'll play some AoE in front of you guys. I just lost 2 matches in a row. Today. One of them was because I was playing stupid. The other one was because I had to quit because I had to do this, you know. Imagine IRL streams with Daddy Bert, dude. Fucking holy shit. Oh, man. That, like, I would almost be afraid. I would almost be a little bit nervous, I'm going to be honest with you. Because it would be real easy for someone like Bert to get taken advantage of by, like, a World of T-Shirts type guy, you know? A World of T-Shirts type of guy would definitely, like, try and get a hold of Bert and sink his claws into him, you know? Anyway, will turkeys make good boxing gloves? Dude, the best boxing gloves. Turkeys kill people, and that's why you don't see turkeys in pro boxing anymore. You know, they banned them in 1972. I will not believe they call their Super Bowl the Rice Bowl. I'm just going to think you racist. You ain't got to believe me, bro. You ain't got to believe me. VR Minecraft streams. I've never played Minecraft, honestly. I never played Minecraft. That's not something I've ever played. Like literally, I haven't even given it a try. I haven't even booted it up once. All right, Magyars, which means I need to play with Cav, with some Cavi. Right, well, I'm gonna go Bert. I'll see you, Scott, ban Lactatia if you want to avoid getting the Brandon treatment. What's oh, yeah. Fucking, I forgot about that Brandon guy. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, there's been so many people there's been so many people in this fucking season that I don't remember anyone at all, you know? I forget who it was that shilled my stuff, but thank you for that. And where did you shill it? What chat room did you shill it to? Just out of curiosity. I just want to know. Right there. If you let Bird around your lady, that's not your lady anymore. Oh, you don't want to know? What was it, like one of the Discords or something? We are the same age. That was prime 12-year-old gaming. It really was. It really fucking was. What would you say are the best techniques for exercise without any equipment? You can keep it simple, you know. Calisthenics, push-ups, sit-ups, leg lifts, squats, you know, because you can do body weight squats just fine. Even though it's technically equipment, if you can get boxes, you can do box jumps. Obviously, get a box that's 4 box jumps. Don't, you know, obviously I'm not telling you to grab a cardboard box here. Running, sprints, because, you know, running and sprints, they're the same, but they're different, you know. There's a lot of stuff you can do, you know. See, lifting weights is for getting swole, you know. Then don't get me wrong, I'm not saying if you lift weights you're gonna get big, or that you can't just lift weights to try and do certain specific things. But if you want to lose weight, like, you got to be careful about how you're lifting weights, because for one thing, if you do it wrong, you're going to put on weight, right? You're going to put on weight. But then in addition to that, it's like Sam says, like, deadlifts and things like that are bad for your back, and they're bad for your shoulders too. Lifting specifically from something that's on the ground is always the dumbest fucking thing, you know. If it, like, it's the dumbest fucking thing. I went to the physical therapist for the last time a few weeks ago, and this chick fucking told me that I was lifting wrong, because instead of basically I do what you do in a deadlift. I would reach down with my arms. I know you can't really see them, but they're just reaching straight down, and I'd pick up. I'd lift with my legs, right? And my arms would stay down here. I guess that's wrong. What I'm supposed to do is reach down, right? Take the thing, pull it tight to my body, as tight to my chest as possible, and then lift again with my legs, right? There's no way in hell I can do that with every box that I have to lift at my work. And then on top of that, it's like I said, like, you're going to do a deadlift that way? Hell no, you know? So it's kind of a situation where it's like, oh, so the safe way is a bullshit way that is not really realistic. Okay. You know, that's just the fact of the matter. But, like, that's part of the reason my shoulder is fucked up, because my entire job is to deadlift things. You know, all I'm doing all day is deadlifts. And because of that, my shoulder, and specifically my neck, but, like, it really radiated down to my shoulder, it's just fucked. It's fucked beyond belief, you know? So like what I'm saying is like the trade-off with lifting is not really worth it unless you're specifically like, yes, I'm trying to be a bodybuilder, I'm trying to get swole, you know. And even then, like, how many bodybuilders do deadlifts and squats like that? You know, I feel like bodybuilders, you're gonna see more targeted exercises for the legs, you know, because you're trying to get big ass legs. You know, I'm not a bodybuilding expert here, so there is a certain degree of me that you got to understand. I'm speaking from my experience, and my experience is not that of being Mr. Weightlifter and things like that. But, excuse me, like from what I've seen and experienced, it's if you're gonna lift weights, like you might as well just be trying to get big. Um, Other than that, you have to be very, very careful about what you're doing. You know. Thanks, dude. I was just asking for ideas. My mind is fogged. Oh yeah, you know, no problem. I'm just trying to give you ideas. I'm giving you ideas and I'm telling you about like, you know, my opinion on something related to what you asked me about. Yo, Scott, I'm getting scared over the Trump election because I voted for Kamala. Say it right. When they start rounding us up and putting us into camps, can you promise me you'll personally execute me with karate? I was gonna do that anyway. Will you huff Galaxy Gas on stream for 6,000 subscribers? I don't know about 6,000. Maybe 6 million. Maybe I'll gas myself for 6 million. How about that, you know? I'll hit myself with a Galaxy Gas for 6 million. A bit of meth will fix you right up. Yeah, I bet. I fucking bet. Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez. Oh, no. I fucked up. Oh, yeah, this dude's already a little bit ahead of me. He's not that far ahead of me, but he's ahead of me enough as to where I'm... Oh, and he's in the next age, so I'm like, oh, fuck, oh, no, you know? Scott's gonna be white Kane with... White Kanye with no music to speak of. Is that what you meant? Hi, Ecuador? Bang. Where they at? Bang, bang, bang. I thought there was a fourth one. I guess not. And bang. Oh, okay, I see. Scott, are you really mad at me? I just want to say now I am sorry. I'm not mad at you. Why would I be mad at you? Kamala supporters are Brandon's. I said Kamala Harris once as a joke. I said it ironically as a joke, and I almost said it again unironically. I had to stop myself. I had to be like, whoa, 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 hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, hey. Oh yeah, I'm sitting here getting ready to send these guys here to build a castle, and I'm only going into feudal, and I'm only going into fucking feudal age. But you know what I do need though. We'll go here and then here. Bang bang. Bang bang bang. Yeah, two. I got two of them. Okay. So we're not in terrible shape right now. He's been in the second age. He's been in feudal for a little while now, and he's still not even that far ahead of me. You know, he's only a little over 100 away from me, so that's actually a pretty good sign. Now, when it comes to cavalry civs, I typically don't do very well with cavalry civs. My specialty tends to be more so along the lines of halberders and siege weapons, you know. So I'm not quite looking forward to the Magyar Hussar, but you know, I'm gonna have to make do. You know, the thing is with cavalry civs, it's so easy to counter them because a lot of civs have really good halberders, and because of that, you're able to. Oh, wrong one. Because of that, you're able to. You know, you're able to eat the fucking horses right up. How much to kiss Bert and let him feel your face like a blind guy? I don't know. How much you offering? How much you got? I'm hurting for money right now, man. I'll do it for dirt cheap. I'll do it dirt cheap. I'll do it for a peanut butter sandwich, dude. I don't know. You told me to fuck off in front of the whole stream last stream. Now you're saying you're gonna kill me with karate. I don't know. It just seems like the vibes have gone south. Oh man. Nah, if I don't think I told you to fuck off last stream. Oh no, I did, but I was just being an asshole because you were being an asshole. I don't know what you expect, sonny boy. I don't know what you expect. All right, almost a castle. Only about 25% to go. And go. All right, we got these. Bing, bang, boom. I'll hit that too. Just want to stock up on the wood. Ah, son of a bitch, dude. Damn. Yeah, you know what? All right, that ought to bring me up. That ought to bring me up to 100. No. Oh my dude, really? I need 2 more stone. I literally need 2 more fucking stone, dude. 2 more stone. Oh man. You see he's got halberders already. Actually, not even halberders. I think he's just got a bing bang boom. Only pussy ass Wiggers hate Scott. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know. Fucking not everybody's got to like me, you know. I don't expect everybody to like me. I don't like everybody I meet. I don't even like everybody I've met through Fishtank, if I'm being honest with you. There's a couple of people I would never tell you who those people are. You know, and they don't even know, right? They don't even know. I'm not gonna be like rude to those people. That'd be so awful of me, right? There we go. There we go. Cool. So, oh, duh. I don't want to take off my game too much, you know. I've realized there's a lot of people out there who they wish they were in my position with seasons 1 through 2.5, you know. And they're not, and I am, and they think they could do better than me, but they couldn't, if we're just being honest here. He was gonna fucking castle drop like a bitch. Like a bitch. Like a bitch. What an asshole. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, that's really what it is, you know. They simp for a certain girl on the show, and I showed that girl like a jujitsu move or something like that, and because I got to make physical contact with that girl, they're angry about it. You know, and it's like, hey man, just fucking, I don't know, try and find a real life girl, you know? Because I'll be honest with you, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, I don't like seeing people who are that down bad. You know, that makes me sad, dude. I don't like that. I don't want people to be like fucked up like that. That's terrible. You know, I would never wish that on anyone either. You know, so if oh, wrong one. There we go. Fuck. Shit. Son of a bitch. I'm not gonna. I know I'm not gonna be able to get this one. He's probably gonna win. He's probably gonna win if we're being honest here. Yeah, I don't like seeing people down bad like that, man. You know, like and people who say bad things about me, it's usually because they're upset about something that I get to do, someone that I have access to, something that I got to take part in, that they desperately, desperately wish that they too could take part in. And instead of becoming like worthwhile enough as to where they could take part in something like that, their move is to just sit around and be upset about it. And it's like, well, that's why you're not able to take part in something like this, you know? Jet, Ben, and Sam are real cool with keeping people around if they're real cool people, you know? I mean, look at what's happening with Luke. Look at what's happening with Job, you know? That's what happened with me. That's what happened with a bunch of people, you know, from seasons 1, 2, 3, you know, 2.5, things like that. So it's just like, hey, man, like, don't get mad and don't hate people. Just fucking, like, try and do your best to be a worthwhile guy. That's all you can really do. And also stop simping for women online to the point where you wish to see somebody else dead because they got to, because they put me in a choke, because I was like, here's how you do a rear naked choke. Now just squeeze, and I had to tap, you know? It's a sad thing, really, is what it is. Just about ready to go to castle. Why don't I fuck that up by hitting Q a few more times? Is that why Letty hates them? Fucking is I'm confused. I don't want to read too much of the chat right this second. But is why Letty hates me. But yeah, like, truth be told, like, there is an almost 100% chance that, like, one of the girls on Fish Tank would want to be, like, friends or even date me before they would date one of their weirdo orbiters who goes by the name, like, Claire Bear Worshipper 98, you know? Letty Chud 69 420, you know? There is there like no competition, you know? And it's not because I'm like some kind of suave, attractive motherfucker. It's literally because, like, if you put a gun to their head and they had to pick, they'd probably pick the guy who isn't an online simp who would carve their name into their fucking arm. You know? Oh, that's them. And it's just weird, man. It's just weird, you know? I don't like seeing people subject themselves to shit like that in the first place. But then on top of that, it's like, you're going to subject yourself to that in the first place, and then you're going to also take it out on me. The fact that, okay. You're going to take it out on me because I happen to just be able to, like, take part in the show. It's like, man, you should get a hobby. You should definitely get a hobby. All right, I'm going to send these two here. I'm going to try my best to load up some more Magyar Hussars. Of course, weak versus pikemen and camel riders. That's exactly what he's got. Unfortunately, is what it is. Excuse me. And he's Ethiopians too. Those guys are powerful. Those guys are powerful. I'm going to need quite a few more of these bad Larrys. Quite a few more of these. And then I'm going to have to upgrade them. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? man. Trying to remember what else the Magyars have. Yeah, you know, I should get ready for junk units. I should get ready for junk units, you know, for sure. Ooh, ah, up the Ra, said, ooh, ah, up the Ra. Ooh, ah, up the Ra, said, ooh, ah, up the Ra. Ooh, ah, up the Ra, said, ooh, ah, up the Ra. Ooh, ah, up the Ra, said, ooh, ah, up the Ra. No, you guys get your asses over there. You're gonna stay in defensive. Yes, that's what you're gonna do. Then hopefully he's gonna be stupid enough to send his guys over here in anticipation. Apparently not. Apparently he is playing smart. Dude, why? We went through each jungle deep. But the paradise that we did keep was no trip for the weak. We're waltzing with the natives. I saw the Wolf Tones live back in 2006 or something. It was amazing. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. You know? The only way to create world peace is to eliminate every race and religion but one. Fucking. I mean, hey, the Chinese killed more people than the Holocaust did. They were one race and one non-religion. Yeah. I mean, dude, why in the fuck is this bullshit happening? Oh, I'm in Imperial Age. I've been in Imperial Age. Wow. I'm playing like a fucking Mong right now. Yeah, I should do Magyar Hussar shit too. Just to have it. Boy, am I playing like a moron, you know? Claire wanted you, but she went full Jimmy. No, I don't think Claire wanted me. Claire's cool. I mess with her in the same way that I mess with Letty, except I give it to Claire a little bit more often, you know? Me and Claire like to fuck with each other. We talk shit back and forth, you know? But I do like Claire. I think she's a cool chick, you know? Sorry, I'm just scrolling up a little bit. I have a little bit of time waiting for that shit, you know? Oh, Scott, if I put you in a time machine, how would you fight Prime Boss Rutan Pancrase rules? With a lot of grappling. With a lot of grappling. Like a ton of grappling. Alright, so I at least know what he's got over here. I can blast the fuck out of them, and I got mad at these bad boys, so... I'm not in bad shape. I'm not in bad shape. Not in bad shape. What the fuck? Oh, bastard. Son of a bitch. Bloody bastard, bitch. Get him. Get him, get him. Yeah, and then let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can do. No, you go. Go, 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 go. Alright, you know what? We're in bad shape here. We're in real bad shape. Actually, I don't think we're in terrible shape. I don't think we're in terrible shape. Although the way these guys are setting up as of right now is sort of not great. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep these guys back here. Let's consolidate. I'd rather have them on this side. That way I can use these guys to blast and then these guys to run out. This guy being here is a little... and you see, that's why it's nerve-wracking. That's why it's nerve-wracking to me. Oh, fucking A. Damn. Sick. Alright, I want you guys destroying that. You guys are gonna come rebuild these. Like I said, you know, my specialty is siege. You know, I'm good with siege weapons. You know, I know how to make them work for me pretty well. Really can't wait until season 4, until when Scott has to fight that black guy who showed them moves. That'd be pretty funny. Bring him back in. But yeah, when it comes to Bas Rutten, he was an elite striker who made his way into what was basically prototype MMA in Japan. Extremely, extremely talented. Extremely talented. But when it came to his grappling, he was not known as the greatest grappler to ever live. So, that would be my advice to somebody is, hey, just make sure you fucking shoot in for a takedown. Did you know Binks was lesbian? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I didn't realize I had 2 of these guys. Come on. Waiting for him to get out of here. And yes. All right. Let's head on down. Let's head on down. Let's head on down that old dusty trail. Oh, he's in imp now. That is not good for me. Not even a little bit. I'm thinking I will wait for these guys to kind of pack up a little bit, and then I will go ahead there. Where's the... Yes, here it is. Oh! Oh! All right, so he's cooking something up for me here. I don't know what. And in addition to that, I should, yeah, that's a little nerve-wracking. So as of right now, I'm in the lead, but I'm not in the lead by enough to feel comfortable. Go that thing next. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, not liking that. Not liking that one bit. You guys go here. Mm-hmm. This might not be... Oh, no, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. What are you idiots doing? Wow, are you guys stupid? Are you guys fucking dumb or what? Wow, that was something. That was fucking something. You know what? Fuck it. I'm sending these guys out here. Fuck it. Oh, fuck. He's got camel riders going around. It's all right. I'm not in bad shape at all. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna withdraw my attention because I'd rather try and take out his military right now than worry too much about anything else. You know, although that's a risky play on my part for sure. But you know, I don't think it's a bad idea necessarily, especially because I got these pikemen coming around now, so I'm pretty well insulated. I do, however, need to see if I can get more of these bad guys here. Bang, bang, go there. Whoop, nope. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, okay, somebody got blasted. That's fine. Dude, get your asses over there. What are you guys doing? They're also really spread out right now, and that's not very good for me. I'm gonna go here, here. Yeah, I ain't worried about that. Oh, okay, all right, well. Mm-hmm. Yep. Gotta be careful of that. You know what? I'm gonna send these guys over here for the time being because these guys are holding their own quite well for the time being. As soon as I can, yes. Get this over here because he should be able to snipe them from there, you know? So I should be okay on that front. What are you idiots doing? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Fuck. Shit. Yeah, you know what? Actually, oh, fuck. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Just do it. Just do it. It's not really good for me. He has to get closer to this than I have to that. So what I think I'll do actually is I'll see what I can do to get these guys out here to try and do something about that. Let's see what I can do. Uh-huh. Yep. 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 All right. You know what? Because I need to make sure I take care of these. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna have them blast over there. Like I said, I wanted to take care of his military because he's advanced enough in the game that if I ignore this, he'll be able to do something about it, and that's definitely not what I want to happen at all. You know. All right. Sick. All right. Where? Yes, here they are. Okay. Gonna expand. See what I can do after that too. Might as well. You too, idiot. What are you doing? Yeah. I love the Scorpions, dude. It's so fun to see that exact kind of thing happen, where it's just like fucking like a group of 10 of them end up getting blasted. How old are you, Scott? I just turned 30 this month. Little under 15 days ago, actually. Why? How old are you, sir? How old are you? This guy is not giving up. Yeah, well, let's see what happens there. Send this over here. So I'm trying to be very systematic in the way that I handle this, you know. Man. 35. Nice. Happy birthday month. Thank you very much, Vulcan Wharf. I appreciate that, dude. You know? Sorry if I'm quiet right now. It's because I'm just really locked into this game. You know, I didn't think I was gonna win it because I usually suck when I have the Magyars, but you know, this game is actually not going bad for me right now. I'm kind of surprised. Like I said, kind of surprised. Kind of surprised. Yeah, fuck it. You guys stay here though. You guys stay here. All of you stay here. He really doesn't want to give it up, and I don't know why. You know. I mean, he's still he's still pretty in the game, if I'm being honest, you know. Bastard. Just as I was saying it. Mm-hmm. This isn't very good for me. This is not very good for me, I'll say that much. It's definitely not very good for me. I hope I can get that. No, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. He's in pretty good shape right now. Alright, well, you know what? I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna push his base. I'm gonna push his base to the best of my ability, you know? I don't have anything that I can really use. You know, I could, I suppose. Yeah, you see, this is not a good spot for me to be in now, you know? You see, I focused on that side, and I was like, you know, he could be coming from the other side, too. He could be setting up on the other side, you know? But, it is what it is. Oh, well. See, the good news is I can, at the very least... What are you idiots doing? Holy shit. Holy shit. Yeah, definitely not a good thing. In fact, you know what? Honestly, I'm thinking I don't have much of a choice other than to just try and deal with this, you know? I have enough for another castle. I have more than enough for another castle, so if I have to put one up, I can. But you know, I'm gonna focus on consolidating forces inside here and hope and pray that I am able to make this work. Oh, guys, what are you fucking idiots doing? Holy shit. Wow, wow, I'm fucked now. I'm fucked. That's it. It's game over. It's game over. Fucking damn. GG. Oh, man. Yeah, he fought hard on that one. I should have kept an eye on the other flank a little bit better. I felt a little bit comfortable there because I had 2 castles, and plus I was building up more troops. It's just that my main concern was trying to see what I could do to take down that other side of the thing, you know? And if I didn't run headlong into his forces, if my forces were not playing fucking stupid, if they were not just like, oh, we're getting attacked, we'll just keep on walking through that, I would have actually been able to do something, because as many of those special units that he had playing as the Ethiopians, he wouldn't have been able to do anything when my Scorpions started blasting away at him. I just had too many Scorpions and too many units that would have slowed him down on the way to my Scorpions. So it just, you know, it just didn't work. It just didn't work out. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna head out. All right, I'm gonna head out. I will catch you guys later. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving. Eat a bunch of turkey, spend some time with your relatives and things like that. And yeah, I'll catch you later. Catch you later. Peace out.